Hello, hello everyone. It is a rainy Tuesday, early evening here in Colombia. How is everyone doing? I have a topic that I want to discuss that I think is going to be very helpful for you when it comes to price points. How do you price your work so that your offers sell, right? Like, how do you determine the price of an offering? And I think that this is something that many coaches, hello, think about, like, okay, what am I gonna charge for this offer, right? Especially when we're starting off, you might feel like, okay, I really need to include so many things if I am going to justify the price for what I'm asking. If you relate to this, let me know. So I just want to start off by sharing with you all, when I first started coaching back in 2007, when I graduated the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. This was actually, I graduated in 2008, but I started to work with people in 2007. I was charging $97 a month, okay, for 2 sessions per month and like notes and like some other perks and things like that. And so I always say this, one, pricing is really personal. It's like, I can't necessarily tell you, yeah, charge this amount, because pricing is a very personal thing. However, I want you to put it into perspective for yourself. Like, really think about what you've invested in. What have you invested in? How much time, both in time and in money, okay? So because these are the 2 ways that we get to weigh in on the level of investment that we have made in our lives for ourselves. And I want you to actually do this exercise, right? So this is a golden exercise. I give it to my clients from time to time. I want you to take out a sheet of paper and I want you to write out all of the different courses, maybe trainings, workbooks, whatever you have actually invested in. And this can certainly include therapy, anything that has allowed you to improve yourself so that you can be at the level of being able to serve other people. That has certainly played a big role in your healing, in your acquisition of knowledge. And I want you to just make the list, whatever it was throughout the years, and how much money did you invest into that. And then the second column is going to be for the amount of time that you invested. Okay, so we're going to do money and time invested. Okay, now I want you to just look at the list, and it's going to help you put into perspective what to price your offerings. Now, listen to what I'm going to tell you, because it is true, and maybe you've heard it before. It's easier to make more money than it is to make less money. It's a lot harder to, say, for example, sell your $150 session than it might be to sell a $5,000 package. It's a lot easier to sell a $500 session than it is to maybe sell a bundle, like 2 sessions at like $250. And maybe you've heard this before. If you've heard this, let me know how this is resonating for you. But I promise you, if you do that exercise, it's really going to help you to gauge what you could be charging for your offers. The other thing that I want to say is this: if you're pricing your offers based on what you think that your audience can afford, that's the wrong way to go about it if it doesn't feel aligned with you. If you notice that, say for example, you put together a course and you're charging $200 a month, it's a 6-month course, it's just $200, but you find that you're not excited about the people that are coming into the course, coming in to work with you, then obviously it's out of alignment. It's not exciting you. After you do this exercise, I want you to really look at what you're currently charging for your offers. And I want you to really ask yourself, okay, is this calling in the people that I see myself guiding and supporting? And are the people that I see myself guiding and supporting, are they mirroring my own evolution, my own expansion, my own growth? Especially for people who have been in business for a while, you want to shift things. You don't want to stay the same. Imagine like if I was still charging $97 a month, like I started in 2008 or like the end of 2007. That was almost 20 years ago. There's been a lot of investments made since then, right? So I want you to ask yourself, is what I'm charging for this, for whatever my offer is or offerings, is it coming from an aligned place regarding who I want to work with and the level of support that I am giving? Or is it coming from a place of what I think they can afford and what I think will make my offers sell? So that's a very clear way, very clear way to define for yourself, like what's sell. Like get radically honest, okay? You want to get honest with your business. You don't want to be in a situation where you're fooling yourself because you think that it's going to be easier to sell. What makes your offer easy to sell is, first of all, your own alignment about it, right? The intention that you're infusing with what the offer is, why you're pricing it, what it is, what the price that you're giving it, and who it's for, right? So that being really, really clear, and that comes from you really knowing yourself, from you understanding, okay, I've been on a journey, I've been growing, I've been learning, I've invested in myself. And it doesn't even matter if you're just starting out either. You want to really come from a place of this feels like the proper exchange of energy for the amount of time that I've spent maybe learning and making sure that I feel adept at delivering the service. And I just lost my train of thought, but we'll leave it at there for in regards to pricing. Do this exercise. I think it's going to illuminate a lot of things for you. And it's also going to support you to just get free. Okay, like just let yourself get free around what you think you should be charging for any given offer. Now, if you're stumped, you're like, I really have no idea. I don't know. Oh, so this brings me back to where I lost my train of thought. Knowing yourself, right? Like you want to know this journey that you've been on, have it really be very clear for yourself, and have that offer really reflect where you are right now. And you also want to be able to clearly communicate that. Now, I find that sometimes people have a very clear idea of what their offer is, but they don't know how to talk about it. They're lacking some of the clarity around the communication, and they're also lacking maybe some confidence. So that can get in the way of being able to show up and being like, hey, this is what I do, this is my offer, here are the different ways that you could work with me, these are the price points. And so if that's you, don't make it harder for yourself. It can be so easy. Selling is so easy once you're very clear about who you are, what your offer is, who you're working with, how your work is going to support them. What is the direct result transformation that they're going to experience from being with you, whether it's whatever they're engaging with, whether it's a course that they do on their own or it's a one-on-one container. So I want you to, start reflecting about these things. And if you're like, I'm actually stumped, then DM me. Okay, just send me a DM, be like, hey, this is what's going on for me. This is what I'm offering. This is who I think I'm working with. And if it seems like if it makes sense, then I may ask you to come and be with me and a very intimate group of women starting Saturday. So Saturday, the 27th to Saturday, June 3rd, I am leading an intimate group of women. It's a hybrid group program. You get a one-on-one, because you do get a one-on-one session, and we're going to really look at what is this offer that you have? Is it clear? Maybe you need to tweak the offer. I find that so many coaches have been stuck in this paradigm of I need to be selling like only a 3-month program, or I only need to be focusing on my one main offer. And that's not the case. Women who are really making really good money, multiple 6 millionaires, they don't just have one offer. They have many offerings. So how can we tweak your offer? How can we create a new offer that just gives you more freedom and more flexibility? and really feels very aligned in terms of what you're offering and the price point of it, so that you're really confident, you're clear, and you can talk about it, communicate about it, communicate to your people about it so that it just makes sense for people to invest. Okay, so send me a DM, let me know what's going on for you, and maybe it might make sense for you to step into this mini one-on-one group program starting on May 27th, and yeah, let's get your work sold. Trust me when I tell you, it is much easier to make more money than it is to make less money. I promise. It really is. Anyways, I will be back here later this week with some readings. And for anyone that's in New York, let me know in the comments, because I definitely want to connect with you. I would love to meet you. I'm going to be in New York at the end of next month. Bye, everyone.